What's a mistake that you see other organizations making when telling their story, and how do you work with them to fix it, or would you suggest they fix it?
I think the biggest thing is that there's no congruency. And when I say congruency, is making sure that the story lines up with what you're actually doing and how you got to that point. Because a lot of people have, the idea of how they got there, what works for them, or whatever it is. But if you're not having a story that lines up to all of that, then it's a little bit of a harder pitch. Like for us, our story as a business for AMZ Advisors, it's myself and two other partners. We all went for the same high school. We were all friends. We met at a sports camp. From there, we went to college, different universities. We started building other businesses together, and so on and so on and so forth. And it got us to this point. So like that is the backstory that helps explain to how I am where I am today. And I think that's the important thing. And one of the things that we always consider is one of the more basic storytelling aspects is Simon Sinek's start with why. And for me, that's a very powerful tool, is when you can actually start with why you're doing something and then line the whole story up to how with how you got there and what you're doing now. It creates a really powerful tool for you to actually go out and sell your brand and the story behind your brand.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I think it is one of those challenges where I think I was actually thinking about this morning, actually, Michael, is like, when you create content all the time, one of my concerns is when I'm doing something, I want to make sure I'm not giving advice to people that I don't actually follow.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's hard because, we know what to do, but it doesn't mean we're always doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And self accountability is another big aspect of obviously being successful in running a business. But yeah, you don't want to be. It's easy to get caught talking up about things that you don't know 100% or you're not doing 100% versus like doing what you do really well and then explaining what you do really, really well. And there's a ton of value in what we know. We don't need to stretch beyond that, and we focus on what we know and how we can provide value in the best ways. That's typically where you get the best results.